My daughter is visiting her cousin in Staten Island, so it's just me, Mike, and my wife, my mom, the dogs. But I came up with a new philosophy over the weekend. I was thinking about it. I hate having limitations. I don't like. Look, I may not believe in certain things, but it doesn't mean just because I don't believe in certain things that certain things will not friggin' rock the boat, rock the house. You understand? Like Bitcoin, Ethereum, certain cryptocurrencies. So what I decided to basically do, this is what I'm doing, okay? And I don't really care if people like it, if people don't like it, because I'm not a financial planner. And I'm not telling people what to do with their money. People keep, like, look, just because I want to do something, it has nothing to do with you. You got to do what's best for you. You got to do your own homework. You got to do your own due diligence, and don't listen to me, okay? But what I want to do is, it's called the 10% risk factor. Okay. Anything goes. Listen to me. Anything goes. I decided this. I don't care if it's the most riskiest, most insane probability crypto or stock. I'm probably going to just go for it. Because the way I look at it, let's say I throw a couple of thousand in Shiba. I'm just giving you an example. I don't care about a couple of $1,000. Say a couple of $1,000 to me is a week's worth of food. That, I'm not trying to brag, but that's what I spend on food. It's like my fun coupons. So what is it for me to take a risk? Look, maybe Shiba will never get to 10 cents. Okay, because I understand it would need a $58 trillion market cap. Maybe Shiba Uno will never get to 1 cent because it would need a $5.8 trillion market cap. But what is it for me to risk a couple of $1,000? You see what I'm trying to say? Nothing. And maybe, just maybe, the wiggle. Come here. Maybe, just maybe, it will happen. I'm not a hypocrite, okay, Detective Pikachu. 90% of my money remains in gold, cash, and real estate. 90%. You understand? 90%. I got my safe deposit box with gold, filled with gold and cash. I got real estate. I'm looking to get into real estate. Nothing has changed, Detective Pikachu. I figure like this. Why not take a risk with 10%? And as my wealth grows, 10% could turn into something significant. See, I consider Bitcoin just as much of a risk. You want to laugh? I consider Bitcoin just as much of a risk as Shiba Uno. I do. I know you probably think I'm a psycho for saying that because Bitcoin is the king. But the way I look at it is, if the governments decide to get rid of all the cryptocurrencies, believe me, Bitcoin will not be excluded. They'll get rid of Bitcoin too. Okay, so these small little coins, believe it or not, they ride with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes up, that's why Shiba Uno recently went up. It's taking a piggyback ride on Bitcoin's success, but you could stand to make a lot more money. You could stand to make a lot more money with Shiba Uno than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is friggin' expensive. It's friggin' $62,000 for one Bitcoin. Like Shiba Uno, you could stand to make a lot of effing money. And it follows Bitcoin. It goes up with Bitcoin. That's what people don't understand. Antonio, I never said I would never get involved in. This is what I said. I'm going to tell you the exact thing I said. I said, if I ever got into cryptocurrencies, I said I would definitely get involved with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. Look, I said that so many times that crypto fan, one of my biggest haters, assumed, listen to me, that I sold all of my stocks. I sold everything and went 100% into Ethereum. He was posting it all over. This is what Ethereum wasn't doing well. He was posting it all over the place, saying Apefather sold all of his stocks. He went 100% into Ethereum. So don't tell me what I said. Detective Pikachu, you have to understand something. I don't care about you people. I don't care if you respect me. I don't care if you love me. I don't care if you hate me. It really doesn't make a difference to me. The only thing that matters is if you watch me. You can hate Detective Pikachu. You could put a poster of me on the wall. You could put a poster of me on the wall and throw friggin' darts at me. I don't care. Look, obviously you did a lot worse than that on X and everything else that you did. This guy. He's giving me a super chat. I have no idea why. Thank you, Antonio Miranda. Okay, you were right, Antonio. Antonio, do you feel that people have the right to change their minds? Is that like against the law? Is it against the law that people change their minds? Look, I decided that 10%. I love you, Back to the Future. Look, this is what I decided, Back to the Future. Tell me if you think this is a big deal. 90% of my money is in gold, cash, or real estate. Back to the Future, that's not changing. That's not changing. I am keeping the majority of my money in gold, cash, and real estate. But 10%, I'm going to take, listen, you know what it is? It makes me feel good, Back to the Future. I don't like, you know what it is? I don't like having limitations. Like, I'll give you an example, okay? A buddy of mine sent me a message. He says, Apefather, TPET. This is what he told me. This is a Trio Petroleum. He let me know it at 14 cents. I didn't jump in. I did not jump in because I had that philosophy, I don't want to mess with these stupid plays. And then I started watching this thing go up. 14 cents, 15 cents, 16 cents, 17 cents, 18 cents, 19 cents, 20 cents. Now I said it's time for me to get involved. You said I have to get involved in this thing because this thing is rocking. Okay, I get involved. The thing then goes to 60 cents, Back to the Future. It goes from, this is Trio Petroleum. This is all the tension going on in the world. Israel, Iran, Israel's getting back right now, but it's terrible. We pray for world peace. We pray for world peace. But this particular play went from 20 cents to over 60 cents. You see what I'm trying to say? Now, if I didn't get involved, I would have lost out on that. You understand? So that's the way I look at it with Shiba Uno. How do I know? Listen, Antonio makes a lot of sense in what he's saying. The chances of Shiba Uno going to 10 cents is almost impossible. It would need a market cap of $58 trillion. I understand that. For it to go to 1 cent, it would need a market cap of over 5 trillion. That's friggin' crazy. But here's the thing. Crazy shit happens sometimes. And if you're not involved, look, I read a story about a guy who got involved in Shiba Uno. I don't know if you heard this story. The guy made $4.5 billion, but he got involved with it when it was right from the get-go. I'm talking this was right from the beginning when this thing was literally worthless. It was like a joke. It was worthless. And this guy threw some money in there, decent money. He made $4.5 billion. Now, you probably would have said to this guy, oh, you people, you would have said, you're a dreamer. This will never happen. Well, it did happen. This is what my point is. It did happen. This guy made $4.5 billion on Shiba Uno. So the way I see it, why take a chance? Why not just, even if, what's up, Tommy? Even if you just throw pennies on the dollar in these things. Now, again, I'm not telling you what to do. I am not telling you what to do. I am not a financial planner. Don't listen to me. You got to do your own due diligence. But you know what? It's all these stupid bullshit crypto coins. They make people fortunes. These little small, they come out. They're these garbage trash things. They shoot up like a mother effer, and you can make a fortune. More money. More money feels that, listen to me. You don't know. More money. Listen to me. Anything is possible. I actually think that 1 cent isn't possible. I know what you're saying, but listen to me. I think 1 cent is possible for Shiba. I know you all think I'm a psycho, but I think it could get to 1 cent. I think it can. Listen, look at what happened with Bitcoin. There was a time that you would have never thought Bitcoin would have became as big as it became. You would have never thought it, okay? And the fact that this thing is still hanging around, I think it could probably get to 1 cent. We'll see. Well, Tommy, the thing is that you got to hold this shit, man. It's not. Coinbase is not meant for day traders. That's the thing, brother. Coinbase is not meant for day traders. There are other platforms if you wanted to do that. But this is the thing. Back to the Future. You're right. Get fast. But let's say that you're testing the waters with this thing. Let's just hear me out for a second, brother. Let's say that you're giving it a 5 to 10 year plan. And it's small money. I'm not saying Back to the Future. I'm not saying you're putting big money in this thing. I'm saying you're taking money that you don't give a shit about. You're taking money that you wipe your ass with, and you're just putting into this thing, and you're forgetting about it. You're literally forgetting that money exists. 5 to 10 years from now, you check your account, you might have friggin' $3 million in there. You're like, oh shit. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine you take money, here's an example. You know how much money I waste on eating? You know how much money I waste? I spend $300 $400, I eat a dinner, that money is spent forever. I never get that money back again. I get a delicious porterhouse steak, juicy steak. I never see that money again. So, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Let's say you take that money, 300 to 400, you throw it into Shiba. You completely forget about it. You completely forget that that money exists. Okay, and then from time to time, you have $50, you have $100. You don't have no need for this money. You throw it in Shiba. Okay, 5-year plan, 5 to 10 year plan. You check this friggin' account. 5 years from now, you have $3 million in it. What would you do? Back to the Future. You have $3 million in the account. You're like, holy friggin' cow. Like Phil Rizzuto. Holy cow. Now, this is the thing. It's not affecting your life. It's not affecting your life because you're not spending money that you care about. That's what I'm trying to make all of you understand. I'm not saying to you to take everything you got and put it in Shiba. I'm not saying that. I'm saying pennies on the dollar, money you don't give a shit about. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And wait, and have to have patience. You have to have patience. That's all I'm saying with that. All right, congratulations, Antonio. But with that said, nothing has changed for me. It's funny. Every time I mention a new play, I get psychopaths like Detective Pikachu who thinks that there's no more V for Victory project now. There's no more gold. There's no more real estate. Why does everything change? Because I want to diversify. Why does it my whole life change? Because I want to take a few fazuls and throw it into Shiba. Now my whole life changes, right? My whole mission changes. All my goals change. No, nothing's changed. Nothing has changed about Apefather. I am still all about the V for Victory project. I'm still all about retail winning. I'm still all about the movie Ambition, which is retail overcoming the odds and the odds and winning everything. I'm all about that. I like it when you mention new plays. Thank you, Back to the Future. But just try to understand, it doesn't change anything, like I can't stand it when people say, Apefather, so let me understand this correctly. There's no more V for Victory movement now because you're going to throw a couple of $100 into Shiba, right? There's no more V for Victory. Of course there's the V for Victory movement. That's my big dreams. That's my big goals. I'm not changing. But you know what? The guy taught me a lesson. Who taught me a lesson? Tesla. He's my brother. I wasn't going to get involved in this TPET. I wasn't going to do it. I really, really wasn't going to do it. He said, Apefather, get involved. He has another play he mentioned to me, but I'll talk to you about that one later. Golden something. I forget what it's called. I got to look it up. But I'll mention it later to you. But I already made a video on it. But this is the thing. I got involved in it at 20 cents and went to 60 cents. It turned out to be a tremendous winner. And I don't care what anybody says about DJT to me. You could all cry all the blues to me. That thing went from 14 cents. I'm still thinking about this other play. That thing went from $14, DWAC, to friggin' over 80. Then it shot back down to 22, and then it shot back up to over 36. That's a friggin', you know what that's called? A money-making play. That's what that's called. It's called the Day Trader's Dream Cream Play. And I don't care what any of you Mameluke students say about that friggin' thing. That is called the Day Trader's Dream Cream Play. But Antonio, you keep saying this over and over again with this friggin' GTII. We know that it did a 12x, but Lou said it was going to go over 100. Lou said that he didn't want to sell it until it goes over $100 a share. Lou said that he was going to grow his beard past his balls until it went over 100. Now, if Lou never said that, may he rest in peace. If he never said that, I would 100% agree with you and say that GTII was not a home run. It was a grand slam, I would say. It was a grand slam. But Lou ruined it when he said, well, I'm not selling this shit. I'm retiring. Remember he said that? I'm retiring because GTII is going over $100. Antonio, I was very clear what I said. No, there is no gotcha. I said November 5th, you friggin' lowlife. I said November 5th. Can I tell you everything I said about DJT? And I was right 100% with everything I've said. Everything I said. I called it at $14. I said it was going to shoot up. I said Trump's going to start winning all the caucuses. I said DeSantis is going to friggin' get out of the race. Chris Christie's going to get out. I said all of this. Okay? It all came true. Haley's gone. I was right about everything. Then I said when there was going to be a little turbulence, when Trump started, I told you, whenever there was negative things, it's all based on Trump. Trump couldn't get the bond. Remember, we were having a little turbulence with it. He couldn't secure the bond. I said there's going to be turbulence. I said there's going to be turbulence when he starts the criminal cases. I was right about everything. And then once Trump secured the bond, who remembers? Remember I said it was going to shoot up over 50? Who remembers that? And it did. Every single thing I said about DJT came true. I'm like I'm like Merlin the magician. What are you talking about? You people are criticizing me. I was right about everything. I was right about everything. And here's the last thing I'll be right about. Antonio, if Trump wins the presidency, if he wins the presidency in November 5th, DJT will go over $500 a share. But I said it was, you're making it seem like I'm saying it now. Antonio Miranda is making it seem like I'm saying DJT is going to go over 500 right now. I never said that. I said, assuming Trump wins the presidency in November 5th. I know, but Back to the Future, this is what Antonio is trying to make it seem like I said that DJT is going over $500 right now. I never said that. I said November 5th. If you're going to quote me, Antonio, quote me with what I actually say. Don't twist my words around like a pretzel, okay? Quote me with what I actually said. I said November 5th, assuming Donald Trump wins the presidency, DJT will be the next Volkswagen. That's what I said. So try to get your words straight, Jack. These people take everything too literally, more money investing. But it's not only that, it's they don't even quote you correctly. You know what they do, more money investing? They take a part of what you say, and then they leave out leave out everything else. They'll take a little part. This is what they'll do. They'll take the part, Apefather says DJT is going to over $500. But they leave out the next excerpt. They leave out the part where I say, assuming Donald Trump wins the presidency November 5th. They leave that part out. They leave that part out. What are you going to do? Anyway, this is not going to be a long live because I'm waiting for my son. He's coming out. I'm going to go get some food. As I said, my daughter is in Staten Island. She's having a great time. We went out to Staten Island. She's visiting her cousin. We went to a great restaurant in Staten Island called the Roadhouse. I woke up this morning and I got myself a beer. Said I woke up this morning and I got myself a beer. Down to the Roadhouse, we're gonna have a real good time. I'm not leaving right this second, but I will say hi to the family Back to the Future. Yeah, they were delusional, more money investing. It's same thing with like Commander 35 yesterday. He keeps calling me a scam artist, right? So I say to him, but be specific. I say, be specific. Who did I scam? He can't come up with nothing. He can't come up with it. I'm saying, how did I scam people? Tell me specifically how. He can't come up with nothing because this is part of their delusions. They are pathological, delusional liars, all these friggin' haters. But Tommy, I don't think it's over for Shiba Uno. Look, Shiba Uno to me is a 5 to 10 year plan. You understand? There are certain plays like GameStop to me was always a 5-year plan. Shiba Uno to me is a 5 to 10 year plan. All right, I'm not looking at Shiba over the next month or the next year. I'm looking at Shiba over the next 5 to 10 years. Seriously, I actually think if you had patience and you could just throw a little bit of fazools at this thing and forget about it, you'll check your account 5 years, 10 years from now. You might be shocked. Holy cow, you might be like Phil Rizzuto from the Yankees. You got it, Antonio. Deal. November 5th. November 5th, baby. Trump wins. DJT is the next Volkswagen. You could save that. Take that to the bank, you mother effer. Take that to the bank. But listen, I got to run. My son's in the car. We're going to go get something to eat. I am going to be doing a lot of live streams. I promise all of you, okay? But I wanted to clear that up for these psychopaths that think just because I mentioned a new play, they think that the V for Victory plan changes. It doesn't change. Gold, cash, and real estate, baby, 90%. Casinos, hotels, Apefather steakhouses, Italian restaurants, never changes. It never changes, baby. Shiba Uno you want to laugh? Maybe that will be one of the things that help me do it. Imagine if Shiba goes to 1 cent. That would help me with my V for Victory project. So that's all I have to say. Have a great afternoon. God bless, baby. Everything I said in this live stream is not financial advice. I am not a financial planner. It is entertainment purposes only. Always do your own DD. Remember, don't listen to me. God bless. I'll be back later.